McLaren admits to making a mistake in Japan. Ferrari is hoping its big upgrades this week will work. And Jack Doohan could be swapped after injuries sustained in his crash. Do consider subbing. Let's get into the latest F1 news. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri recently finished second and third in the thrilling Japanese Grand Prix, but the race left them pondering what could have been. Norris admitted that the outcome was heavily influenced by qualifying, and he felt that McLaren probably should have opted for a different strategy to outmaneuver Max Verstappen, the pole sitter. Verstappen put on an incredible performance, clocking an astonishing lap record at Suzuka with a time of 1:26.83, just edging out Norris by a mere 0.012 seconds. This tight competition showcased the rising prowess of the McLaren team, setting the stage for an intense race. On race day, expectations were high for McLaren as they lined up for the 53-lap Grand Prix with hopes of executing a two-pronged assault against Red Bull's Verstappen. However, the execution fell short and light, leading to concerns voiced by former champion Jacques Villeneuve. He remarked, "It's as if they're trying to not win," emphasizing the necessity of a winning mentality when it comes to racing. The sentiment echoed in the paddock suggested that a defensive approach was not the path to victory. Analyzing the race strategy reveals where McLaren may have faltered. Villeneuve criticized their choice to mimic Verstappen's strategy rather than choosing their own unique approach. Initially, McLaren attempted a tactic to box Norris to overtake Verstappen, only to then instruct him to stay out. This indecisive maneuver ultimately resulted in Piastri pitting alongside Verstappen a lap later, while Norris remained in the race, missing an opportunity to take a strategic gamble. The decision-making process during the race raised questions. Villeneuve stated, "Why would you stop Norris when your teammate has already stopped? Why won't you take a gamble? You have two drivers out there." Norris ultimately finished 1.4 seconds behind Verstappen, with Piastri trailing another 7/10 behind his teammate. In the aftermath of the race, Norris acknowledged the missed opportunities for McLaren and suggested that different choices could have potentially altered the outcomes. The team now faces crucial discussions on their strategies as they move forward, with hopes of capitalizing on the growing competitiveness that was showcased in Japan. As fans and analysts dissect the events of the race, one thing is clear. Both drivers showed remarkable talent and hunger, leaving a sense of anticipation for their future races. McLaren is at a crossroads where discussions on strategy will play a pivotal role in determining their success moving ahead in the season. With the right approach, they could very well challenge the dominance of Verstappen and Red Bull in upcoming races. "I probably should have tried to undercut, I think," said the championship leader, reflecting on the race strategy. The potential risk of a safety car always looms large in racing, making every decision critical. "I think I could have gone longer without losing position, so that wasn't off the cards," he added, highlighting the complexity of race decisions. "There's always room for discussion. We probably should have attempted a different approach," he continued, expressing a desire to explore strategies more thoroughly. "Honestly, the undercut is quite tricky here because the hard tire isn't performing well in the first sector. I'm uncertain if it would have worked." Despite the uncertainties, he maintained a slight buffer to his competitor, which may have impacted the effectiveness of any strategy shifts. "Even with a good outlap, it might not have been enough to get past," he acknowledged, recognizing the challenges of the race. Further examining their tactical choices, he mused that perhaps they should have pushed even harder with their strategy. "We just boxed on the same lap for some reason," he stated, indicating a need for clarity in decision-making during the race. "Despite this, good points for us as a team, and decent points for me," he admitted, albeit with a hint of disappointment. "Of course, I would have liked a little more, but sometimes you have to take a second-place finish." In a twist of fate, Norris held on to his lead in the Drivers' Championship, yet felt the pressure as he now just edged ahead of Verstappen by a single point. The competition remains fierce, with Piastri in third, trailing just 13 points behind. Moving on, Oscar Piastri commented on team dynamics, indicating that the team was content with the results. Meanwhile, Max Verstappen lightheartedly pondered what might have happened if he were racing for McLaren, a humorous admission from the reigning champion. Additionally, Christian Horner of Red Bull pointed out that McLaren's strategy indecision could cost them dearly, especially as Verstappen clinched victory in Japan. This inconsistency in strategy is a significant threat for McLaren as they strive to remain competitive in the championship. It's clear that every decision counts in this high-stakes arena, where clarity and execution can make or break a team's title hopes. In Japan, Ferrari experienced their first stable weekend in 2025, an important moment considering the pressures they faced from previous races. Charles Leclerc led the team, securing a commendable 4th place, which was also his first top 5 finish of the season. His new teammate Lewis Hamilton faced challenges but managed to finish 7th, a respectable result given the famously difficult Suzuka circuit. Reflecting on their trajectory leading up to this race, the atmosphere in the paddock was tense. Coming into Suzuka, they were eager to put themselves on the board after a discouraging performance in Melbourne. They entered that race with both cars qualifying 7th and 8th, but struggled against the track conditions, ultimately leaving Australia with only 5 points. However, hope surged in China as both drivers showcased improved performance. Hamilton's sprint win highlighted the promising pace of the SF25 until disaster struck post-race with disqualifications for both drivers. Leclerc's car was found to be underweight, and Hamilton suffered excessive wear on his vehicle. With no points from Shanghai, the team faced increased scrutiny and pressure. Yet both Leclerc and Hamilton stepped into the Japanese GP with renewed confidence, knowing that while solutions wouldn't come easily, they needed to find a way to get back in contention. The 2025 Japanese Grand Prix presented a crucial opportunity for Ferrari. Entering the practice sessions, the team aimed for a steady weekend to regain their momentum. Leclerc made a strong impression in Free Practice 1, finishing 3rd, just behind McLaren's Lando Norris and Mercedes' George Russell. Hamilton closely followed in 4th. Though Free Practice 2 had its challenges, with interruptions rustling their rhythm, both drivers displayed promising pace. Leclerc, while optimistic, also noted the strong performance from their competitors, particularly McLaren, who seemed to be setting the pace. As qualifying approached, the reality set in. Ferrari's SF25 struggled with balance, a sharp contrast to the dominance displayed by McLaren and Red Bull. The pressure was palpable, but the team knew they had to adapt quickly. Stay tuned as we analyze how Ferrari performed in the race itself and what lies ahead for the rest of the season. Let us know your thoughts about Ferrari's chances moving forward. Are they on the right track? Don't forget to subscribe for more F1 insights and updates. Ferrari faced a challenging day at the Japanese Grand Prix, where expectations were tempered by the reality of limiting potential damage. With just one DRS zone on the Suzuka circuit, the race promised to be a tough battle for overtaking, especially with the high-speed corners generating turbulent air for drivers trailing behind. Right from the start, Charles Leclerc managed to fend off George Russell, maintaining his 4th position on the grid. He started on medium tires, just like his immediate competitors. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton opted for hard tires, aiming to climb the ranks through a different strategy, a risky move given Suzuka's difficulty in overtaking. As the race progressed, Leclerc held firm against the charging Russell. The battle intensified, with Hamilton making his way past Isaac Hadjar for 7th place by lap 6, but he faced a tall order ahead, as he needed to close in on rookie Kimi Antonelli, who was steadily pulling away, creating a 4-second gap. Leclerc executed his pit strategy during the same window as race leaders Verstappen and Norris, which helped him maintain his position ahead of Russell. However, Hamilton's earlier pit maneuver onto medium tires didn't play out as planned, as the gap to Antonelli began to widen again. But as the race continued, Leclerc's consistent performance resulted in securing 18 valuable points for Ferrari, finishing 4th at the flag. Hamilton, on the other hand, crossed the line 7th, resulting in a tough outing for the team. Despite the challenges, Leclerc expressed optimism about the progress made during the weekend, emphasizing the importance of hard work as they look toward the future. As they reflect on the race, Ferrari is resolved to build on this foundation as they head into the next rounds. Can they find the pace to compete more fiercely? With Leclerc and Hamilton at the helm, the team's resilience and determination can't be underestimated. So, what do you reckon about Ferrari's prospects for the remainder of the season? Are they gearing up for a resurgence? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for more Formula One news and analysis. Christian Horner recently shared his thoughts on the recent swap between Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda during their progress in the Red Bull team. After just 3 races, neither driver has managed to put points on the board, but Horner remains optimistic, believing there's potential for improvement ahead. Following Tsunoda's debut in the RB21, he managed to outperform Lawson, qualifying 15th at the Japanese Grand Prix, which later saw him move up to 14th due to Carlos Sainz's penalty. Despite making a mistake during the final qualifying lap that set him back, Tsunoda's performance was still stronger than previous outings by Lawson. Helmut Marko, a pivotal figure within the Red Bull structure, commented on Tsunoda's Q2 performance, noting that while the mistake was unfortunate, it was otherwise a solid start. In the race itself, Tsunoda demonstrated his skill by overtaking Lawson early on, before moving up to 12th after passing Pierre Gasly of Alpine. Though this improved positioning was commendable in a race with limited overtaking opportunities, it still left Tsunoda outside the points. It was a tough race, Horner reflected, but I think Yuki fit in well with the team. He provided valuable feedback, which is crucial for development moving forward. He highlighted Tsunoda's strong showing in practice as a positive sign, but acknowledged that the mistakes in qualifying hampered what could have been a stronger race performance. Horner's comments underline the challenges both drivers face as they adapt to the competitive landscape of Formula One. As the season progresses, the focus will be on refining their skills and strategies to finally secure those all-important championship points. It's a significant journey, and the light Horner speaks of at the tunnel's end might just be the breakthrough both drivers need. In a thrilling race, it was Max Verstappen who emerged victorious, claiming his first win of the season and closing in on Lando Norris in the Drivers' Championship battle. Verstappen showcased his talent, executing precise overtakes and benefiting from strategic pit stops that paid off massively. This victory for Verstappen adds a crucial dimension to the championship race, with the drivers now separated by just 1 point. Meanwhile, Liam Lawson faced a tough afternoon. After starting in 13th position, the New Zealander dropped to 17th place by the checkered flag. Team principal Christian Horner believes Lawson simply needs time to regain his confidence and re-establish himself within the team. Horner mentioned having conversations with Lawson throughout the weekend, indicating that support is there as Lawson navigates these difficulties. On a brighter note for the team, Isaac Hadjar secured his first points of the season and was of the Gizden, finishing in 8th place. This performance showcases the budding potential within the team, and it's a sign of hope as they progress through the challenging season. Shifting focus back to Yuki Tsunoda, he expressed that it has been tough for him with Liam Lawson's recent changes in position within the team. Tsunoda's reflection points towards the dynamics of team competition and the pressure it creates for all involved. In a lighthearted jab, Christian Horner commented on McLaren's recent choices, suggesting that every decision comes with its set of consequences, a statement highlighting the nature of team strategies in Formula One. Liam Lawson returned to the Racing Bulls after only a brief stint elsewhere, underscoring his determination to quickly adapt and perform at the highest level. His resilience and attitude will be essential as he navigates the rest of the season. Lastly, concerning Tsunoda's home race, although he didn't achieve a win, Helmut Marko noted that there were impressive aspects of his performance that shouldn't go unnoticed. Such insights reflect the ongoing evolution of young talents within the sport, crucial not only for individual growth, but for the teams as well. As the season unfolds, all eyes will be on these drivers as they work through their challenges and aim to climb higher in the standings. Keep watching for more updates as the competition gets tighter. Jack Doohan's challenging weekend at the Japanese Grand Prix was a roller coaster of emotions and experiences. The Australian driver faced significant hurdles, particularly following a heavy crash that happened on Friday, which seemed to follow him into the race on Sunday. Despite starting the race in a tough position, 19th on the grid, Doohan pushed through to finish 15th. Unfortunately, the race itself was devoid of incidents, making it hard for him to capitalize and gain any positions. His strategy involved a long stint on hard tires, which required him to fend off challenges from drivers like Nico Hülkenberg. However, this effort took a toll on him physically. After the checkered flag, it became evident just how exhausted Doohan was. Onboard footage showed him struggling to exit his Alpine A525, requiring the help of marshals to get out. He eventually needed assistance to get out of the car, displaying the fatigue that had accumulated over the race weekend. While initially there was speculation about lingering effects from the crash, it appears that muscle soreness and general tiredness were primarily to blame for his struggle. Interestingly, Doohan had undergone precautionary checks after his crash and had passed them, which reassured many fans that he was in good shape. The speculation about his physical condition may stem from the high stakes of his position in the team, with reserve driver Franco Colapinto waiting for his chance to step in. Doohan understands the pressure of impressing his team, especially when his seat is not guaranteed. Much of Doohan's post-race comments revolved around his aggressive racing strategy. He described how he pushed like a dog throughout the race, which was an approach aimed at maximizing his position. The aggressive strategy offered opportunities to execute undercuts, but left him battling tire management issues in the final laps. His experiences in this race were valuable, bringing important lessons despite the physical toll it took on him. Though the result might not have been as he hoped, Doohan's determination and grit were evident. While he faced challenges in holding back seasoned competitors like Carlos Sainz and Hülkenberg, he was able to achieve some small victories in his drive. As he looks ahead, Doohan has emphasized the importance of these experiences for his growth as a driver in Formula One. Each race is a learning opportunity, especially as he navigates the complexities of competition and the expectations that come with his role. Stay tuned as we continue to follow Jack Doohan's journey and the exciting developments in Formula One. As we delve deeper into the world of Formula One, recent developments have sparked considerable interest among fans. One notable focus is on Alpine's promising driver, Franco Colapinto. During a testing session at Monza, he took the wheel of an older A523 model, showcasing his evolving skills. This opportunity allows young talents like Colapinto to sharpen their abilities, particularly when track time in current cars is so limited. Team advisor Flavio Briatore has kept fans guessing regarding Doohan's future with the team. He emphasized the importance of fielding the best drivers, noting that it doesn't matter who takes the seat as long as performance is at the forefront. Alongside Doohan and Pierre Gasly, Colapinto is considered a significant asset. Briatore has openly expressed his belief in Colapinto's potential, acknowledging the patience required to cultivate such talent. He firmly believes that managing skills well leads to success on the track. However, the pressure mounts as Jack Doohan faces uncertainty after a tough crash during practice for the Japanese Grand Prix. This incident raised concerns about his position within the team. Doohan himself revealed that he's unsure about his participation in the next race, creating an atmosphere of speculation around Alpine's driver lineup. The challenges don't end there. Following his serious accident in Suzuka, Doohan has had to reassess his performance and future prospects with the team. Despite the turmoil, he remains focused on recovery and returning to competitive form. On another note, the world of Formula One continues its electrifying pace, with discussions about the tiny changes that made a significant impact during the recent race in Japan. These adjustments can often be the difference between victory and defeat. As we move forward into the next stages of the season, the dynamics among drivers and their contracts bring an extra layer of intrigue. With the 2025 season looming, will drivers like Doohan secure their spots, or will fresh talent like Colapinto reshape the grid? Only time will tell as we watch these developments unfold in the high-stakes world of Formula One.